All right. Here we are. What remains of Edith Finch. A game I have wanted to play again for years. It's haunted me ever since the first time I played it. One of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, ever played. The art, the storylines, and the simple gameplay kind of gets into your heart and your soul. It looks like a horror game, but it's not. You'll see what I mean as we play. Let's go have a look. Okay, here we go.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
All right, here we go. We are up in Washington, out on an island off the coast, Washington State, where the Finches lived. Their house is still there. We are traveling back, actually, as a young man, but we are seeing it through the eyes of a journal he's reading from his mother, Edith Finch. And we are going to hear her as the narrator as we travel back to a house that her mother took her, and they left suddenly 7 years before. And they've never returned. There we go. Look at the lush landscape, just like...
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I wasn't allowed in half the rooms. Beautiful place, huh?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I love the door on the mailbox. The door on the door. That's like the front door on their house. There's the top of their house. That's actually Edith's room, way up there on the top. That was her room.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
I love the way the words scatter. Print on the screen and then they scatter.
In her will, my mother left me a key but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Well, it has. The Finches. We could take the trail down, or we could take this main road down. Let's go this way. Here we go. Wow, deep, dark forests. Kind in fairy tales, except that it's real. You don't see a lot of this in Utah. This deep and dark with moss on the trees. A little bit, yeah. We got forests, but these are different. Yeah, these are different. So much greener.
The truth is, Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
I had questions that only the house knows the answers to. Yes.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do.
Uncomfortably silent woods. Wow. I love the writing. Through the ferns. Missing. Milton Finch. That's not the one she said who had a funeral, though. I don't believe they ever found Milton. Battery's probably dead. I'm surprised the tires are still up after 7 years.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It is an amazing house. Look how there's a tree built right into the house. It didn't trigger. How come it didn't trigger? Usually when you come down here, it'll say, my grandmother told me.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me even then.
There you go. That's what it says. Edie is her grandmother. And that dragon did kill her grandfather. Wait till you find out how. What a place to live, huh? Amazing. Well, here we go.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Why? It's not like The Haunting, where the house is evil. This house isn't evil. And yet, yeah, I understand where she's coming from. Wow. So much greenery. I live in central Utah. We don't have green. We have brown and yellow. There's some green hayfields. In the summer, they're so green they sear your eyes, but outside of them, it's brown and yellow and crunchy and dry.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Is it the house? I don't think it is the house, though. I've never been over here. Big old tree over there, huh? That can't be up to code. Because there's buildings up there. Yeah. Missing Milton. They do a lot of gardening. I don't know why. It looks like everything grows naturally.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Should we look in the house? Watch out. Let's look again. We didn't actually look in, did we? Here we
Looking
go.
in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Not much to see. Nothing really afraid in there, huh? A chairlift. That was for Edie when her legs didn't work very well, but lots of books. Anything to be afraid of? Let's go find out. Solar power? Oh, there's the swing.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Yeah. That thing out in the water, I think that's the top of their first house that sank out there. That swing set, part of a tragic story. Well, let's go in.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
You'll notice now she's pregnant. Is that little baby bump down there? Garage full of stuff. Echo clean. Old station wagon with the paneled sides. More gardening mix. Got the freezer cleaned out pretty much. Important. Keep, do not. Someone likes to build things. Oh, look at that. Wonder what that was to, huh? When it smoked. Chisels, soldering irons, their bicycles, old pools, vacuums. Even got the golf ball, so you pull in that far. You know when to stop.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Oh man. But
For
Edie
the
was
first
still
time
here.
in years, I felt like I was home.
Here we go. Are there demons and ghosts? If you're hoping for that, you'll be disappointed. For me, it's much better than that.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Yeah. Tragic memories. There they are. That's Edie with the present in her hand. That's her mother. I'm sorry, that's, Edith with the present in her hand. Edie is the grandmother next to her. There's Lewis, the one they had the funeral for. And then there's the mother. Looks like it's... Is it Edie's birthday present? It must be her birthday, huh? Lewis Finch. December 27th, 1988. Died 2010. November 21st. How old was he? 12 and 10, 22? Approximately. Almost. 21. Finch Family Cemetery. We're going to go have a look at that later. It's a neat old place. Fireweed Road. And there we go. Lots of cookbooks. And history books. Mainly.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
The only ones that would, I guess, who would come out to the island to deliver, huh? That's asking a lot.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Yeah. What a story Lewis's is at the cannery. Guess that he got cheap salmon, I guess, huh? Let's go this way. That old stove, huh? We'd be using that to heat the house, but they got books on it, so I guess they're not lighting fires in it. Seattle, probably. Barbara Finch, one of the ancestors there on a movie set with Sasquatch. The guy that does the woodworking, apparently. He's one of the uncles, I think. More books. Speaking Swedish folk tales, 51 Tales, the weird, the Norse myths, a Viking's belly, from cove to stove, and so forth. Okay, here we go.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Yeah, a little bit of an argument that night between the three of them.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
I like their similes. I swear these pictures, many of them are from real pictures that the programmers and the writers must have brought in to use in the game. They must have based this art off of the real photographs. I love it. That's into the garage. The window. A lot of the pictures are different, but they reuse several, you'll notice. Old dead plants. There's the bay out there. One of those old, what do you call those? You put your iPod in there and it'd play your music in with better speakers.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
They were getting ready for, Edie was supposed to go into the nursing home the next day. She was supposed to go there the next day, yeah. The night that they left in a hurry. It's a wonderful old home. I love just exploring. There's the Viking's belly again. Raw fowl. What? We don't want raw fowl.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it.
Too
like
much.
a smile with too many teeth.
Like a smile with too many teeth. I love it. I swear these are from real people, huh? Yeah. You can hear the house creak, like real houses do. I love it. There's the cemetery over there, the Finch family cemetery. I love that walking through the woods up there. Isn't that nice?
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
That's the original house right there. And up the fireplace the words go. Did you catch that? After the original house sank? Like, what the heck? I love it. Christmas trees. Swings. They look happy, don't they? They're happy. Traveling to Paris. The Dreamer's Tale, the Aleph Labyrinths. Made of meat. That's fine. Well, they were getting ready to go places because they got all these packing materials. Insect collections. Love it. Old hornet's nests. Violins, cellos.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Notice how you can see the reflection underneath of the gears turning? Isn't that amazing? Wow. Look at the pictures of family and life. I love it. Edie, Don, no Milton. November 2010. Even stuff for Edith. Can't pick that up though and see what it is.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
There's the Finch on the door.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Notice that door is sealed shut. Isn't that frightening? What were they trying to keep in or keep out, right?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
I think that's a metaphor. Yeah. Oh, that's what they were making. Making these locks across the doors. And then she sealed them shut. Wow. That was Edie doing that, not the mother.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Look at that saw with the painting on it. They have such artistic taste here. And again, more pictures. Pictures. Oh my goodness, I love it. Well, here we go.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh, Mom sealed up the doors. Edie was the one that she's like, don't seal up the doors. And if you're going to do that, then I'm going to do other things. I'm going to drill peepholes so that we can still see in them. I think that's Grandpa, the one that brought it all over.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
She died in 1947. I love her door, huh? Imagination. You can hear the wind and the waves outside, ambient noise.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Now showing my big friend. She was a child star. Where does that go?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Dang it. That's hard on a child star, isn't it? Oh, and he's painting her door right there. I see.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin. I drive a school bus, and I have a boy named Odin on the school bus.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
So she's 17 now? Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
So she's never been in most of these rooms, huh?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Again, I think that's metaphorical. Wasn't actually a dead body in there. Space. See how every door has its theme? Finches over there. Female and male. That one, what the heck is that one? Just pink, huh? It's bathroom. Okay. So what are we supposed to do, right? Where do we go? We already been down there. Hadn't we been down here too? Oh, we missed this room, didn't we? Yeah. Was that door open? I think we just walked
I spent
right
a
by.
lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Why she didn't seal up Uncle Walter's room, huh? Painted under the water. Whale sharks. There's the house that sank. Out there in the bay. Here we go.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Well, we have a key. Well, look at that.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
What had Mom been afraid of? Here we go. Don't you love the stained glass windows?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Just a hidden play space.
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
We are. We're in. What's her name's room? Molly's room. She was imaginative back in the 40s. So she was young during World War II and died a couple of years after of something, huh?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Don't you love it? So the gerbil could have a gerbil.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Jellyfish on the bed. Guess the ants would all be dead by now, huh? Keep hearing a click, 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 click. I wonder what that is when she walks. Is something rocking?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
So Grandma loved this room. That would have been one of her daughters, right? Yeah, Molly would have been one of her daughters. Yeah. December 1947. Vulpes Vulpes. Christmas time. The Jungle Book. 9 Lives. Monsters of the Deep. Well, let's go find out what happened to Molly. Now watch. Every room that you make it into, you're going to find a journal and you're going to hear about what happened to them. And each one is in its own art form. So this is the beginning art form right here. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
And of course, there's gerbil poop in there with it, so it can't be
The
good.
gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
My Halloween candy was all gone. I ate a lot of things that night.
Ooh, holly berries, not good.
I kept eating and eating.
Yuck.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Fun little toys out here on the table. Oh, I love it.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Hungry, hungry, hungry.
I gobbled her up,
Oh, poor bird.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Where?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
What could it be? This is one hungry little girl.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Just like a kid's story, right? Suddenly, and then suddenly, and then suddenly. Gotta get to water. I'm just touching keys on the mouse. I'm doing mouse and keyboard here. And by moving
I
the
rolled
mouse.
off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I
Get
wanted
it.
fat, juicy seals. I tore off the flipper, and it tasted really good.
Yummy. More seal. There it goes.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh, look what I am now.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Poor guy.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
How do I get to him?
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
No, no, no. Back up. Going the wrong way. Turn around. Okay. Here we go. Let's try that again. Kind of a weird toilet, isn't it? There we go.
got closer and closer.
We're back in her room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I will be delicious. And that was her nice last night alive.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Wow. These are all the people that we're going to explore, all family members. And all of them died, all connected to this house. So, this is all we learn about Molly. We have to guess. She must have eaten things that night that killed her, poisoned her somehow. She wrote that story in her diary about being so hungry. And she died that night. That's sad. She sounded delightful. Well, what do we do next, huh? Well, there's the cat. Well, I guess we get out, huh?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Ah.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
Okay, we'll begin here next time. We got Molly's story. Let's see what we can learn about Grandma Edie's. What a wonderful room, huh? Oh, there's pictures of all the birds that live there. Oh, my goodness. All right. We'll call it good tonight.